Let me ask about conference realignment. Did this take you by surprise at all?
5:30 last night. I was one of the happiest people around, anticipating a positive vote from the BYU Church Council supporting a move to the WAC and independent football, and we saw multiple wins with that, only to be told that Mountain West had extended an invite to BYU, to Fresno and Nevada, and that they both had accepted. And obviously, despite Monday's 8-0 vote to sign a 5-year agreement that would have a penalty clause of $5 million for a school if, in fact, they left. So we're obviously thinking of conference solidarity and feeling very positive about the future, and getting hit by a left haymaker last night. And so it's very, very disappointing. I mean, anytime you like to think that you're amongst ethical people in this process, and obviously the leadership of Fresno and Nevada took a different view of that commitment. And so to say it mildly, we're disappointed, but we'll regroup, and there are certainly lots of opportunities, and we'll see where we land in about 6 months.
What about the conference, the payout, that $5 million deal? Is there signed documentation?
The WAC legal counsel said this morning that that the two schools that left, Fresno and Nevada, legally is bound by the $5 million commitment, whether or not one school signed or didn't sign. The WAC's legally binding, meaning that they're committed to $5 million.
What are your options
as it relates to
with the future of the conference? I guess, what do you do now? I mean, would you like to be in a conference with UTEP?
We like where we are. We'd hope UTEP would join us and solve a lot of their probably travel problems. But
is that a formal invitation?
I can assure you the WAC would welcome UTEP in a heartbeat. It obviously makes a lot of sense, and from a WAC perspective. But at the same time, we've explored and have seriously explored expanding membership from when Boise announced, its departure. So it's not as if we're like starting out trying to figure out, what are the possibilities. We have a keen sense of the possibilities. The question is to what degree do we want to grow to 8? Do we want to grow to 10? Do we want to grow to 12? And we think that those possibilities are still there. What's the best fit for us at the moment with what's available as potential member schools.
Have you had that conversation with Bob Stoll at all about inviting them into the WAC?
I have not, but Bob certainly will. If I had to speculate and guess, I would probably speculate that at some point the WAC certainly would consider extending an invite to UTEP, but that's speculation. On a very personal level, would I love for UTEP to be in the WAC? Absolutely, but obviously I'm speaking for myself, and would love to travel less.
What about other conference opportunities? I mean, where can you go? Montana's got a pretty good 1AA football program, but honestly, could you go?
I really can't. I don't plan on going anywhere. I think the WAC. I think the WAC is going to. The WAC has really very, very strong options in terms of potential member schools. So I'm not concerned about that part at all. The reality is, that's probably the most challenging thing now. You look at television. The ESPN television contract was driven by Boise's football and Fresno's football and Nevada's football. Obviously the absence of those three schools is going to have tremendous impact on the value of that ESPN contract. So that's something that we're going to have to deal with in a year or so. Fortunately for us, the strength of our AgriVision package and the quality of the production, where ESPN and other media outlets have chosen to pick it up consistently and put it on pay-per-view, our national exposure will probably remain pretty high. But on the other hand, the value of being on ESPN, has great value, and so that's something that I'm personally concerned about, because I think the value of that contract is probably going to be, in the eyes of ESPN, is going to say, this is not what we negotiated for.